Hello pilots and welcome back to another X-Wing flight video brought to you by Out of Art Gaming. As always, my name is Phil, and for this episode I am joined by...
Oh, hello, it's me again. Hi everyone, I'm Fergus. You probably know me as the guy who commentated on the Slave One with really bad lighting.
No, that was a brilliant video, Fergus. Again, thank you very much for doing that for the channel. I still haven't been able to get hold of a Slave One for Separatists, so that was quite nice for you to be able to do that. Still waiting for the store to get it in stock, but we know there's obviously a bit of an issue with Asmodee at the moment. So
yeah, especially the change from AMG to
absolutely, from FFG to AMG. But
FFG to
that's
AMG.
fine.
There's lots of G's, so it's quite hard to figure out which one's which.
No, but today we have another video for you. Obviously, now following the trend with everyone else, we've actually moved over to TTS for this video because, well, I ran out of stuff being filmed in the store. We're not allowed in the store to film, so we're going to have a few TTS games going up for you. So today we have a Scum on Scum match with myself on the left-hand side and Quinn with his Scum on the right-hand side. So what we'll do, we'll break down the list as always, and then we'll keep you up on what's actually happening in the match. So I'll go through my list first. So on the left, I am running the Brobots +1. So I have IG-88C with the Auto Blasters, Contraband Cybernetics, Deadeye Shot, and the IG-2000 upgrade. IG-88B with Synced Laser Cannons, and then everything else the same: Contraband Cybernetics, Deadeye Shot, and IG-2000. And rounding the list out, we have Graz in the Kiraz Fighter with Outmaneuver. So a nice little all-I-4 list.
Yeah, as a person who likes the droids, it's good to see some not separatist droids, but yeah.
And so what have we got? What's Quinn flying then, Fergus?
So I think we see a theme of Quinn's list, and it's all the initiative number being the biggest of the big. We have 3 I6s, and these are, I guess there's one way to put it, these are some quite nasty pilots. We have Han Solo in Lando's Falcon, with Hotshot Gunner, Hull Upgrade, Trick Shot, and Lando's Millennium Falcon. We also have Fen Rao, the Mandalorian legend, with Fearless, classic, 71 points. And rounding off, we have Dengar with Suppressive Gunner and Punishing One. Not a ship I see often, but I think I normally see Nom Nom, not Dengar, but it's good to see the I6. And weird to see Han and Dengar flying with each other.
Absolutely. It is a bit of an odd one, but to us, I know what you mean. Nom Nom's quite a popular jump master to be flying. He's got some really nice abilities there. But obviously,
the other guy who's quite popular, or I know Quinn quite likes him, is the guy who returns after the escape artist. I don't know what his name is, but
I know exactly who you're on about. Yeah, the one who comes back with 1 health left. So he is quite cool. Let me just find that. Let me just have a quick look, because I haven't really flown the jump master myself in 2.0. So that's Tel Travers.
That's him.
Yeah, Tel Travers. So he's the one that will come back with 1 at the end, but he's not here this time because Quinn decided he wanted all I6s, and Tel Travers being an I4 didn't fit with his list choice.
Well, not actually a bad idea just flying all I6s, because especially if you're newer as a player, it's not a bad strategy as it gives you the options to fly later. And even if you're experienced, you can probably find a way to use that moving later to your advantage.
I mean, I quite like flying lists where you have all of the same or very similar initiatives. I just think it allows you that flexibility of the choice of what goes in what order, rather than if you've got, say, a 3, 4, and a 5, you have to go in that order for flying, and then sometimes it can just get really frustrating because you're not in a great position for that. But if you've got them all at the same initiative skill, then you can choose who goes in what order, which I think is a big advantage. And I think people might have noticed from a few of my lists recently that I have been flying all similar initiatives when I'm doing it.
I think I like that as well because you have the option of moving, and I always find that if I have one outlier, say if I had I don't know Bureaucrat in the Nantec or General Grievous in the Belobelub, flying with some I1s, I would sometimes think that oh yeah General Grievous would move first for some random reason, and it just because I think everyone does it, your brain just gets stupid for some weird reason, and you have just a blip and you think, oh yeah, that's how the game works.
Yeah, absolutely. I mean, I've done it enough times. Or if you've got like a swarm of ships and you think, right, I'm going to go this way, and then you go, oh no, it's the one I'm going left, but it's the one in the back right corner that goes first, and now he can't actually get past anyone. It's just a pain in the butt. But so we have like I said, an interesting Scum v Scum game here. Now, I will warn you, there might be a few random things I do during the game that look a bit silly to some of you veteran TTS players. This was actually the first game I'd actually done on TTS, so although quite experienced in the game of X-Wing, doing it in this new medium was quite an interesting challenge. But again, did very much enjoy it, so it was quite nice to be able to actually play games, because for those of you regular viewers, you've probably heard we are in the midst of a lockdown at the moment, so the ability to actually meet up with people and play in real life is just not possible. So we all adapt to the best things that we can. So
yeah, I just think TTS for what it is a good little tool to have for even for testing squadrons or testing lists and just playing the game.
Yeah,
if you can't,
it's nice and handy. Yeah.
Here's a good question. What's the difference between the IGs you've bought? Because I know one of them's a weird one and doesn't have the same ship ability, and he can turn anything to a K turn. I think that's his ability.
No, so the ones I've got, I've got IG-88B. So after you perform an attack that misses, you may perform a bonus cannon attack.
Okay.
And then you've got IG-88C. After you perform a boost action, you may perform an evade action.
Okay. Okay, that's interesting. Is it a red boost or a white boost? Not white boost, evade.
I don't believe it's a red evade. I believe it's just an evade.
All right, that's even better.
So it links it to an evade without actually having to
have debris
be red. Yeah, which is quite nice. I know that obviously you've got the choice of the 4 different IGs there. So IG-88A at the start of the engagement phase, you may choose one friendly ship with a calculate on its action bar at range 1 to 3. If you do, transfer one of your calculate tokens to it. So the Scum version of network calculation.
Yep, but probably slightly better.
Yeah, and I think the one you were thinking about was 88D. So while you execute a Segnal's loop maneuver, you may use another template at the same speed instead. Either turn hard left or hard right of the same direction or straight template. So essentially it gives you a 3K turn or a 3 hard Segnal's loop. It's not quite a Talon Rod, it's still a Segnal's loop. So again, quite interesting abilities there, but I like the idea of having the backup attack with B, and if there was a position where I boosted and I could get that evade, C seemed like quite a good option. So
yeah, I think and the fact that they can double calculate makes. I'm surprised you've got single laser cannon on one and not both, but I'm guessing points.
Yeah, points do become a factor on there. I mean, I could have probably fit them. Well, I definitely could have fit them on both because this list is only 195 points. I think actually I wrote this list before looking to do it on TTS. So it was a case of looking at what I actually owned at the time, hence I went with Auto Blasters. But again, 2 different types of bonus attack there. And they do work quite handy because Sync Laser Cannon is obviously range 2 to 3, whereas Auto Blasters is range 1 to 2.
Yeah.
So it almost gives like a slightly different bubbles in there. But we will see how they work in this.
Is their natural attack a 2 or is it a 3?
Oh, it's a 3.
Okay, so Auto
the
Blast
natural attack
is
3.
Auto Blast is there for if you're in a good position, probably a bullseye and an outmaneuver.
Yeah.
So the crits become more deadly.
Absolutely. So, looking at the two lists, which one sort of takes your fancy more?
Oh, that's difficult. I mean, I know as a Rebel player as well, I know that the Falcon can be a bulky thing to start hitting through.
Yeah.
And Han with shooting through obstacles is shooting through obstacles with dead shot and dead shot, trick shot, and his ability can be quite hard to fight against because it's just because you assume that I've got cover, but hang on a minute, Han's now suddenly very powerful.
Yeah, I mean, he likes shooting through obstacles. Doesn't like landing on them because he's just lost a shield there.
Yeah.
And it was a very unfortunate position. Now it means that Quinn only has a shot with Dengar as opposed to having a shot with all three because Fen boosted and didn't get round far enough.
I think he boosted. Because otherwise Dengar would have bumped.
Yeah.
I think that was the main.
Well, I'm not gonna lie, I was quite happy with that.
Yeah, I mean, you probably would be, as you're the one playing.
I mean, there's a hit crit there, and I believe there's a suppressive gunner trigger from Quinn.
Mm-hmm. Oh, I'm not a fan of suppressive gunner. Well, I like to use it, but I don't like to be against it because I think people overlook it. But if you don't have the modifications, you might as well use it because it's just.
It's
just really scummy. It's a really scummy card. Yeah.
Yeah. For those of you that aren't familiar with it, while you perform an attack, you may spend 1 focus result. If you do, the defender gains 1 deplete token unless it chooses to suffer 1 damage. So in that one, I took the deplete. Didn't really want to take a damage early on. So, although we do actually have a strain token there, so we did get that wrong there. So,
well, you'll probably get rid of it next turn. So,
hopefully. Yeah. So there's no shots there from B, but C does have a nice shot into Han there, and Han is not the other side of the obstacle.
I think it's very unfortunate where Han is because the fact if he got a shot, even if it wasn't obstructed, it would have been quite a good shot to be in and would have set him quite nicely for next turn because all he probably would have to do is just a hard 2 or a hard 3 and then you would be maybe range 1, at least range 2 for the IGs unless they decide to book it.
Yeah. So 1 hit, 1 focus and a blank, so trail mix, calculate for the hit, and that's 1 more shield onto Han Solo, so whittling him down slowly. But with that hull upgrade, he's got 9 hull, which is just crazy.
We might as well point this out now, but throughout the video you will notice that one person says Han and the other person says Han. We might as well make a discussion out of this. Comment down below who's right. It's obviously me, but it's obviously Han.
Yeah, so down below in the chat, how do you say it? Do you say Han or do you say Han?
Or do you say Haun? It's one of my personal favourites.
So yeah, I mean, if you think that it's me that says it right, comment down below Phil. Or if you think that it's Fergus who says it right, comment down below Fergus. Because I'm not going to try and get you to write it as though it's in the dictionary telling you how to pronounce it.
Write it phonetically.
Yeah, write it phonetically, please. Oh my god. Just imagine that. What kind of randomness are we going to get down there?
I could just imagine just a bunch of people just writing HAN and then just drawing a line under it. And the people who put like H and then like a dash, then like and then N.
Yeah, it'll be quite crazy to see what they say on there. But one thing I will say as well, guys, now that obviously we've progressed on to TTS, it gives us a lot more flexibility on what we're flying. So if there are any lists that you want to see us try and fly, pop those down in the comments below. and we could look at trying to get one of our players maybe to give them a go. I mean, you could stick in some absolutely horrendous lists just for fun and see how well they do. Or you can stick some ones that you think are good. But it could be funny. They go, right, I've got these 2 horrendous lists, try and work with them, and we'll go from there.
Well, I could just imagine just something really stupid, just, I don't know. Oh, what comes off the top of my head? Two Alpha class Star Wings and a TIE bomber. I don't know, something really stupid.
Yeah, I mean, that would be... I mean, the Alpha class Star Wing isn't actually a terrible ship.
I think it's because it doesn't look like a TIE fighter, which it has the same color scheme and the same. I was trying to say cockpit, but it's not really the same. It looks like a mismatch between a TIE fighter, the Lambda shuttle, and Krennic shuttle. I think that's one way to put it.
Yeah, true. I mean, I do like the Alpha class Starfighter, and I've seen some crazy stuff pulled out with that ship. So, yeah, I mean, I'm making it my mission to try and fly every chassis at least once this year. So maybe I will pull out an Alpha class Starwing, see how that goes.
My attempt was to try and find a U-wing, and after I think 6 months, I finally got one.
Yeah. Well, I mean, fingers crossed. Obviously, we've got the announcement that AMG are going to finally let us know what they are doing with X-Wing miniatures on the 3rd of February. So, hopefully, we'll get some information about the Razor Crest coming out.
Everyone wants
fingers
that.
Crossed. Fingers crossed. I mean, finger crossed emojis, praying emojis, whatever you want. This is the way. Like, just everyone wants it. I mean, I think it's one of the ships. I know I'm really looking forward to that ship. It's not the ship I'm most excited to see when it comes out, but it is one of them.
I just want to see Dave Filoni's character in an X-wing in the next card pack as a joke.
Yeah, I just think that it's going to be really good when AMG finally lets us know what's happening, because it's obviously we've been waiting now. It was either mid-October or early November when we found out, so it's been a while.
It was before Christmas, and
oh yeah, definitely.
Yeah, it was in a. I can't remember when it was. I remember it was before. Oh, I can't remember when it was. It was before something and after something, but that's as well as saying it's happening now. So.
Yeah, but I mean, to be honest, it's been quite a while, and I appreciate that. Obviously, with the global pandemic and everything, there's obviously a lot of plates are probably spinning in the air before they get there. But February 3rd, we will find out what's happening. So really excited about that. It'd be good to know. Hopefully, back to the video. That's not a great place for Fen to bump.
That's a very. I think that's the best way. It's a very, very bad place for him to bump, I think.
Yeah, and especially considering the IGs use contraband cybernetics, so they could double calculate on the K-turn. Ooh, that's not good.
That's going to force him to rotate. Actually, no, he can't He can't get cheeky corner. Oh, that's.
No, I think he will have to rotate.
Oh, he's focusing really. Oh, he's doing the linked.
Link rotate.
I don't know the bar of the Jump Master, so
yeah. So he's got. Again, I've only used the Jump Master once. I probably should pull it out more, but he's got focus to red rotate, target lock to red rotate, and then red barrel roll. So, and then he's obviously got the asymmetric dial as well. So
yeah, it's an odd thing, yeah.
I love the fact that it's got an asymmetric dial because, like, it can make it more and less predictable. So you know that it's obviously going to be easier when it's turning left, but you almost assume that it's going to want to try and turn left all the time. But it could just be like, you know what? I know it's easier for me to bank left 3, but I'm going to signals loop 3 instead. Didn't see that coming, did you? Yeah,
I think being predictable how you move is quite important. So I like Lando in the Falcon, Rebel Lando, who after you do a blue maneuver, you can perform another action. Amazing ability. and can perform some very busted stuff with K2SO. If you give a calculate to yourself, and then you do a blue maneuver, and then you give yourself 2 actions, very fun. But it makes you so predictable that they can just have one TIE fighter, one Vulture droid just stands in your way every time, which just keeps. I mean, we have Near Numb to give you more blue, but I mean, it's still makes you incredibly predictable. So that's why I prefer Leia in the Falcon. Leia's fun. I think having the Force as well is also quite fun.
I mean, the Force is just a great addition to version 2. It's obviously something we didn't have in first edition, and I think it's given certain pilots and certain ships a different feel to them. Like, if we ignore the Eta 2 at the moment, most ships either have the Force or a talent. But no ship has access to both. But then you get
Baby Anakin, Baby
Anakin has the Force, but he has talents instead. So what I mean is, obviously, you can either take Force power abilities or talents.
You had one or the other.
Yeah. So it looks like we are going to get a shot from the Falcon.
This does look like Han.
Yeah.
And that looks like 2 crits. Spending the focus.
Yep. So crit. That's a good roll. Not gonna lie, that's not a great roll. So
you have to spend the calculate. You don't want your shield to be gone.
The thing is, I spend the calculate, then Hot Shotgunner takes the other one.
Oh, does it really? Oh. I didn't realise. I thought it doesn't remove it. I thought it doesn't allow you to spend it, like Fens, Rebel Fens.
While you perform a turret attack, after the modified dice step, the defender removes 1 focus or calculate token.
Oh, that's nasty.
So if I spend it and get that evade, I lose the other one. So I have elected to lose all 3 shields to keep that calculate, because I have a range 1 calculating shot
into Fen.
Into Fen.
Ooh, that could be interesting. Ooh, well, no surprise, range 1 into Fen.
Yeah.
Did Dengar take a shot?
He did take a shot. He got a hit crit, and it was evaded.
Okay, so not too bad.
So, I mean, that's the thing with the Jump Master. With the Punishing 1, he's good when it's in the front arc.
It allows you to roll an extra dice.
Yeah. So while you perform a primary attack, if the defender is in your front arc, roll 1 additional attack die. I was in the side arc, which isn't great for Fen. So, and it looks like great for Dengar even. So what we've got here is a
4v4
range 1 shot.
Oh, you didn't even have to get a calc. Oh, that's just unlucky.
Yeah. Oh, that's is the power of Fen.
That's Fen in a nutshell. That's brutal.
Here is where the IGs, especially with IG-88V, come into play, because I've missed. Now I get to use my cannon and its auto blasters. Range 1 auto blaster in the bullseye.
Oh, they share the. Oh, I forget. That's all the IG's gimmick. They share
with the IG 2000. They get each other's pilot ability.
That. Oh, that is
which is so good.
That is.
Which is why, like, I almost felt that they missed a trick in not packaging them as a dual pack and saying, look, you can buy 2 IGs at the same time.
Yeah.
I mean, admittedly, selling them separately means that they probably make more money. Yeah. So there's a bit of a shame. So
there's a crit.
Now I'll spend the calculate. So it means there's a crit going through.
No matter what.
Yeah. So, and the thing is, Fearless Fed will evade 1, so there's almost no. I don't think Quinn's going to roll the dice. He's just going to be like, well, I'll just straight take a crit then.
No,
he rolls
Yeah,
he rolls anyway. Yeah.
Ooh,
So-
what does that looks like? A consult fire.
It's so hard to see. There's a lot of text on there. I don't think it's not a console fire.
Is it stunned pilot? No, because that doesn't require an action to hit.
It is wounded pilots.
Oh, it's close.
Yeah. Or is it?
Marks for trying.
Yeah, I believe that's wounded pilot.
So that's the one that means you get stressed more when you take an action, or is it the one that you take a damage after you perform an
So
action?
after you perform an action, roll 1 attack die on a hit or a crit result, gain 1 stress token.
Okay, yeah. So it's not terrible.
Yep.
Could be better.
And- Yep. So there's 2 of those from Fender,
This is IGB.
IGB. So that removes that erroneous strain token that shouldn't have been there. It should have been a deplete.
Deplete.
Well, actually, no, it did. We did use it as a deplete. there.
You did replace it halfway through.
So yeah, it was a deplete. So that gets rid of that. Which again, this is another reason why IG88B is quite handy. If you do get those deplete, but then you roll that.
Oh.
Ah,
Oh,
Nice
then,
work,
and the Fen.
yeah, Fen just goes, yeah, whatever.
Yeah, that's just Fen for you.
So I mean, to be honest, getting a crit through on Fen is still pretty good, and not being shot by him.
I mean, I would say it
yeah.
makes him more predictable if he takes an action, but it's Fen. You can say that about anything, to be honest, if Fen's involved.
Yeah, it's almost like if Soontir Fell's got himself stressed, you know that he's going to be doing some form of 2 maneuver, and that 2 maneuver is probably going to be towards you. So, but I think one of the things that's a little bit frustrating for me here now is because all of my stuff flies before Quinn, and he's in a very good position to get in my way.
I think he's an ideal bumping position.
Yeah.
And the fact that you're stressed as well doesn't help.
I mean, luckily, the IG dial isn't terrible. I mean, you've got the 1 through 3 straight and the 1 through 3 banks are blue, so there's a lot of blue on the dial. It's a shame that the hard maneuvers, I mean, obviously, that'd be ridiculous if either of the hard maneuvers were blue, but you've got the white one hard, the 2 one, and the 2 white hard, so they're not out of the option there. Although looking at it, I think that might have been a bloody good shout, but I don't think I did it.
It might be that you're in a position where you have to do a white maneuver just to not. I mean, I would say to get action, but not to bump and not to.
Yeah. I mean, IG88B could do a 1 forward or a 1 or 2 bank and not worry and not bump and clear that stress. But then it's how far that. So there's removing the stress with C.
Yeah.
It's also a case of how far do I want to go down the board. So I just did the
1.
The 1 forward to victory, as the rebels say. The shuffle forward.
And double calculate. I'm surprised you didn't do a barrel roll or something. Or you have a boost, but
doesn't have the barrel. Has the boost.
Has the boost. That's what it not that.
But the boost wouldn't do anything there, so I wouldn't be. Well, might be able to fit the one boost to the left, but
like if you barrel rolled, that would have been better. What is Graz's ability?
So Graz, while you defend, if you are behind the attacker, roll 1 additional defense die. While you perform an attack, if you are behind the defender, roll 1 additional attack die. So basically, if you're behind the defender, you get additional dice.
If you're outmaneuvering them, pretty much.
Yeah, so if you're outmaneuvering them, sticking outmaneuver on there is great because if you're behind them, for most ships, you will then reduce their agility and increase your attack. It's crazy.
Very good, yeah. Ooh, there's Fen, but
here's the K-turn from Fen.
Is that a good position though to be in when there's two IG staring down?
Lack of options there for him, though. I mean, you could see that there was clearly going to be bumps, and my arcs were going to be around there. I can't shoot hard now with the IGs. There's no arc there at all, so there's going to be 2 shots into Fen.
Yeah.
Which I'm not going to lie, as anyone who's come up against Fen, you kind of want to get rid of them. The faster you can get rid of Fen, the better.
I mean, you say that, but at the Slukamai Showdown, when I played against Ben, who was the champion, he brought Fen, and I sort of ignored him for the entire game, and I ended up winning somehow.
Yeah. I mean, Ben had a great list.
Oh,
that was the 2 Fang fighters plus Fen plus Nom Nom. It was a really nice list.
Yeah. Did you fly against him?
No, I didn't actually, unfortunately. I've not flown against him very often at all.
Yeah.
So that's a lot of damage going into Graz there.
Ooh.
So there's 4 hits and a crit.
Obstructed, yeah.
Yeah.
And Lando's... Oh, that is horrible.
And it would appear that I got 2 of 8 hits. And that crit is... Again, not easy to see on this, but I believe that's damaged engine.
Yeah. That looks to be... It's a ship one, definitely, and it's not got a lot of text, and it's not direct hit, and it's not...
Yeah.
What other ones have a lot of... Oh, what was you thinking one a minute ago? It's a... Yeah, damaged engine is...
Weapons failure or structural damage doesn't have a lot of text, but it's got more text than that. So, yeah, that's a damaged engine. I will point out that the overlay, unfortunately, is showing weapons failure, but it is actually a damaged engine.
Oh, shame. How could you?
Well, unfortunately, I couldn't overlay it at the same time as I was playing it. I'm not that good.
You don't have 7 hands.
No. I'm still learning how to actually use TTS. I mean, in the next game I played on this, I went to delete a ship off the board and accidentally managed to delete half my cards because I hadn't locked them. Basic. So basic.
There's a game I played against Quinn. I thought he killed my Tri-Fighter. He didn't. I deleted it. Turns out I had gas cloud cover, and I wasn't even supposed to get rid of it until the end of the round. So we had 10 minutes just trying to get a Tri-Fighter back in the same position. Then I had to reassign the dial. But I think you win the award for biggest stupidity of deleting half of your cards.
I mean, I'm not gonna lie. It's first time I played it, so I'm gonna just chalk it down to. In fact, that was my second game on TTS, and these are all things that you learn. So we've got 2 more damage going into C there. So C is getting absolutely ragged on. Yeah.
And has obstructed as well. Ooh. These droids do not want to live.
No.
Ooh, and Fearless is range 1, isn't it?
Yes, it is.
Alright. Always good to check. Looks like you lived that round.
Yep, survived that. So now I get to do some shooting back. So, hi, Mr. Fen. So this is the unmodifiable shot from C.
Ooh, go on. Oh.
2 hits. Not enough yet to take him out, but...
Not enough to get... Ooh, okay.
So that's,
enough to get half points.
Yeah, half points on Fen.
Never bad.
No, especially when Fen is the most expensive ship on Quinn's side there. It always sometimes amazes me how the aces, those little aces with as little hit points as they have, can be so expensive. But also it makes a lot of sense because they are just good. I mean, Fen is arguably one of the best pilots in the game.
I mean, I would argue for Luke. He's a personal favourite.
Oh yeah, I mean, Luke is good. I mean,
I think all of the original trilogy people, they had to make above average because you would want to play them. You wouldn't want to play fighter pilot Dave in an X-wing when you can play Luke.
I don't know if they do what you say and bring out a Dave Filoni card. I want to fly a Dave Filoni card.
I think everyone would. Mustache hero.
So that was.
I'm not talking about Biggs.
Yeah, 2 evades there. So going now with these synced laser cannons.
Ooh.
Spending. Ooh. Bye.
Ooh, and that's a Fen gone.
And that, ladies and gentlemen, is how you take out Fen. You let him bump.
You let him bump.
Get many shots bump.
And then you kill him.
Yeah. So I'm not gonna lie. At that point, I was thinking, oh, thank goodness for that. Like, not too bad, but still got. I mean, this hard is. I think every iteration of Han is just and not just because he's in the Falcon.
No, I don't. I mean, I might need to make some lists with Han in the Rebel Falcon.
Yeah, Rebel Han is good. I think when it comes to the Falcon, you'll find that Han seems to be popular in Scum and
Resistance.
Rebels.
Oh, really? I thought the Resistance one was quite popular.
No, I think if you're doing a single Falcon, you're more than likely going to go with Rey.
Okay. Oh, that's actually that's more expected.
Yeah, I mean
it wasn't
the standard Rey build of Rey, Corsella,
Finn.
Rose, and Finn. Oh, it's horrible.
It was a contributor for me thinking about the Resistance, and then I thought, no, let's be creative with the Rebel Han and Rebel lists, and maybe you can think of something that's not as good, but something similar.
Yeah, but I mean, you just think the Millennium Falcon with Force is insane. And then Corsella on there as well. He basically goes, "What's that? I've got 9 million stress tokens. Well, I've done a blue maneuver. I'm going to get rid of them all."
Yeah, I mean, that's very situational though. It can only be done on that specific Falcon.
Yeah, true. But the fact that you can just do that is crazy.
Oh yeah, it's like Hera on the. Hera's crew ability means allows you to keep doing red maneuvers.
Yeah.
Which I don't see people play when I think that's really good. You can have K2SO stress chaining himself and just rotating like he's doing donuts in space.
Again, it's cool, but it's situational. That's not a great place to put Graz. That's not where you want to sit him.
No. I mean, that's
luckily,
a good dice roll.
Yeah. I mean, maybe he might block Han this turn. To be honest, at that point, I think I was resigned to the fact that I was going to bump
everything.
Yeah.
Yeah, I think the only other option you would have had is a sloop or a K-turn, and I'm not sure you want to do one.
I mean, saying that, maybe the sloop would have been okay, but it would have then potentially put me out of the fight for a little bit, which is not something I wanted. And then that bump there anyway, that bump from Han is good. I mean, I've still got shots. They're not modified, but I've still got shots. And against a bulky ship like the Falcon, having guns on target is more important, I think, than potentially being able to modify him. He's only got 1 evade dice, so.
Oh yeah, but but it can deal damage and sort of take a lot without having to worry about, I'm going to fall next round. I think, it's defensive yet strong.
Yeah. Luckily, all evaded there for the Dengar shot. So Han has 2 options, range 1 on B or range 2 on C, to see if he can try and cause some more hurt.
Let's have a look.
So we've got 3 evade dice coming down, so that doesn't really help us to know which one it is because they have 3 naturally. I don't know about you. Do you think that the IGs look like they're flying the wrong way round for the model? Good. I'm glad I'm not the only one.
They do. It looks.
It almost looks like they should be flying.
Yeah. I don't know what.
With the grapples almost facing forward.
It's like a big crab. Yeah.
Yeah. If it was a crab, it'd be flying sideways like the HMP. Yeah. So there's 1 damage there gone through on the return fire now.
So now you said that, I can't unsee it, so...
Yeah. But I mean, for me, I always felt that the IGs were the wrong way round. And that's the final shield down on Han. My shots haven't been, like... I say what I really, really could have done with having some calculates about now. Or a target lock.
Or anything.
Yeah.
A focus would be nice, but you can't get them.
No, I can't get them. I mean, a target lock would have been great to potentially re-roll those, or just double or 2 calculates. Yeah. That's nice. I like that.
How do you re-roll? Out of interest? Oh, other shot. You had your not sync laser cannon.
Oh, I've got 2 ships. That's how.
When it gets to that point of the day where your brain just turns to mush.
Yeah. So that's half points on harm there, so it's not looking too badly at the moment.
No, it's still looking good for... I mean, it could go either way. I mean, you've got 2 large, bulky ships, but they don't have a lot of defense, to do defense-wise.
Well, I mean, they've got 3 defense dice.
Collectively. Maybe.
Which is quite a lot for a large base ship.
I mean, collectively they have 3, but it's 1 on the Falcon and 2 on the Jumpmaster.
Oh yeah, on the other side, yeah. I mean, again, the thing with them is they've got a lot of health. Like the Falcon, it's bulky. You find that all those ships that are bulky are not going to have a lot of defense dice, no. Which is why I think with the IGs, they have 8 hit points total, which probably contributes to them having more defense dice, whereas the Falcon normally is 11, and in this variant with the hull upgrade it's 12, so that's why he's only got the 1. And then you look at Dengar, who's got 9 health total, so he gets the 2 evades. Kind of makes sense. I mean, it did surprise me a little bit that the IGs the IGs especially, it surprised me a little bit they didn't go medium base.
They are medium base.
Are they?
Yeah.
Am I being silly there?
Yeah. They're medium. It's a funny perspective. They look larger than they are.
You are right, yeah. It is a perspective.
See, I'm also surprised that Quinn doesn't have an upgrade which allows him to get stress or co-pilot to get stress on the other ship so he can use Lando's Falcon I guess it's used as a deterrent for you to K-turn, but
yeah,
that's the only way he can get the stress to get the extra dice. And that's an interesting move.
Yeah, I mean that is true. That is the only way for him to get that, but obviously he had no points for it. It's a full stack to the nines, 200 points, so there's nowhere else for him to get that. But it does mean that if he's coming up against aces that like to stress themselves out, he has that advantage.
Yeah.
I mean, the Lando's Falcon upgrade is at least 3 points.
Oh, and he's rotating. That's not good news for either of you. If he survives...
Well, no, looks like he's keeping it.
Is he keeping it?
I think he kept it left to right.
Oh, what's he doing as his action then? He's thinking, I think this is going to be an important... Because If he has a range 1 shot with 2 extra dice, oh, he's focusing. Okay, he's not bothering with the rotate and going for the IGs. Probably. Oh, he's trying to get IGC off the table.
Yeah, which I mean, that's quite an interesting option for him with Graz right behind him at what looks to be range 1
with an extra dice.
Outmaneuver with an extra dice.
That might be.
So, I mean,
ooh, this could be interesting.
There's no modifications on the focus there, but you're looking at 5 dice shot there.
That's. I mean, unless you roll 5 blanks, which, I mean, that can happen.
It can happen.
Happens to everyone. It's the worst moment ever. But we have the jump master. Is he still left or right? Yes, he is, I believe.
He's still
right.
Ship right, so
still gets a range 1 though, so it's not horrible, but not great. You'd rather get the extra dice. Well, it would have been the same either way. At least you have a mod either. Well, actually, no, he doesn't. He barrel rolls.
Yeah, he barrel rolls, so no mod there, so it's just pure dice.
Trying to get IGC off the table.
Yeah, I always look at it and think, would it have been better for him to... oh no, he wouldn't have been able to do the front arc anyway, because where the arc was pointing. Because he did the barrel roll.
The 3v3?
Yeah. 3v3, nothing to modify it for anyone.
Go on, IG, go on.
Ooh. So definitely not dead. Definitely not dead.
He lives. Not very well.
Only one. Well, to be honest, he was facing potential. Well, what is a droid? Is it death or shutdown? I think we call it shutdown.
I think we call it spare parts.
That should be a thing. When you kill a droid,
drop a spare parts canister.
Spare parts canister. That would be hilarious.
I mean, there are several fan-made rules where what happens when your ship dies. Do you do a 1 forward and every ship you bump into takes the damage to show that you just go and you just fly and hit everything? Do you drop down damage? Do you drop down debris? I mean,
bye C.
Yeah, that is. Ooh,
very dead.
Not nice dice rolls.
No.
I wonder what the crit was. To me, it looked like damage power regulator, but that would be funny because it's more than damaged.
Yeah. It's always quite funny when you get a crit like that, like wounded pilot as a crit after you've died. You're like, yeah, he's definitely wounded. I mean, I don't think he's got an EVA suit.
Oh.
The only one that wouldn't care would be tell Trevor, be like, yeah, I don't care what crits you've got me. I'm going to get rid of them anyway and just come back.
We have, this is Graz.
Graz range 1.
This is Graz range 1.
A nice bundle of dice there.
That is indeed, you can say that again.
Come on. That's not what you want to see. 2 hits, so... Oh, that's a shame.
That is... I mean, when you roll 5 dice, your minimum expected, you're hoping, your minimum, you want is at least 3.
Yeah, absolutely. You want 3, because 3 just feels...
It feels
substantial.
It feels like a good shot on most ships.
I mean, especially if you 3 there would have potentially got me the chance to just wipe hard off the board.
Yeah. Oh, more eyes.
Wow.
That's not good for the droids.
Yeah. Can you burn digital dice? Luckily, it's a miss, so
I would put them in the corner of the table.
So because I've got IG-88B, I still get Sync Laser.
Yeah.
But there's the evade.
Yeah. Shame.
Yeah, that's disappointing. It was not through any fault of my own, but there was a missed opportunity to get hard off the board, and it'll be interesting to see if
you can pick yourself up.
Yeah, it'd be interesting to see if that chain of events actually comes back to bite me later.
Yeah, I think it might, because that was your sole opportunity to get him off, because we've had Dengar sort of skirting around, not doing much, but like little plink shots.
Yeah, and Dengar is still full health as well, so
that's what's worrying.
You kind of want to focus one down and then work on the other. Now I've lost one of the IGs as well. It just makes it that little bit tougher. I just kind of got to stay to Dengar's right and be like, come and catch me then, it's harder for you to turn this way.
He's stressed at the moment because he did a red barrel roll, and
yeah,
he prefers going left, which is the side you're heading.
So he's okay with it.
Yeah, he's in a good position.
Yeah. I mean, he could ignore the fact that he's stressed and just do a hard one if you never know. So.
I mean, that's true. I mean, a hard one would maybe I think a bank one would actually, no, because there's an asteroid there. Hand blocks it.
Yeah, there is.
Yeah. I don't know what Jumpmaster might do. I mean, we haven't even seen Dengar's ability kick off. So.
It's because no one's shot at Dengar yet. I mean, that's something that makes, like, so Fen is frustrated to shoot against because he'll just basically, normally by the time you get a chance to shoot him, he's just going to be getting auto evades.
Yeah.
Dengar's frustrated to shoot at because if he's got you an arc, he's going to shoot you back with a bonus attack, and that's just always frustrating.
I think it's a bit like Bosk, not pilot, crew, or gunner, I think he is.
Yeah.
But it's all like the oopsie plans just in case, but it all acts as a way of pushing people away. So you don't want to shoot me because I'll just shoot you back.
I mean, there's other ships with similar abilities that when you shoot them, you suddenly go, well, that wasn't so good. Like quick draw, if you take a shield off, gets the bonus attack.
Yeah.
Luke, when he becomes a defender, regens the force.
Yeah.
Which makes him very powerful.
It's just Luke's the best X-Wing pilot in just all X-Wings, 65, 70s. He is the best. You're thinking Poe, aren't you? Or you're thinking Wedge?
I'm thinking Wedge. I like Wedge. I mean, Wedge outmaneuver is horrible, but is also hilarious at the same time.
Oh, definitely. I've never used it, but because you're putting all your eggs in one basket, I like Wedge. I think Wedge by himself is still very good. Just Wedge R4, Wedge Deadeye Shot. Can never go wrong with that.
I mean, I think we were mentioning earlier about like some of the top like ace pilots, and I think when you look at it, you definitely have to. Fen is right up there at the top.
Fen, yeah.
You're looking at Luke is a really good ace pilot. Wedge is a really good ace pilot. Vader, Grand Inquisitor.
Yep, definitely.
Anakin in the Delta 7.
Not the S2.
I haven't really had a chance to use the S2, but I think he's actually slightly stronger in the Delta 7. The Eta 2 is more in, like, if he's with
Obi-Wan.
Obi.
So, this is interesting. So, my brother's made a list which is just Anakin and Obi-Wan, nothing else. And it has a 50-point bid. And this is
50-point bid?
Yeah, it is, or 45. It's like a massive bid because you can't do anything else. It is one of the most annoying things to play against.
Ooh.
It's honestly, it's surprising how surprisingly potent it is. It's just those. It was more of a testing to see what they can do by themselves, and they were able to just get focuses locks, as well as, even though they're purple locks, you could focus and evade. You would have Duke to help out, and because they were I5 and I6, you were pretty much always moving last. It was more of just fun testing out, just because why not, just for thematic purposes.
Yeah, but I mean, that is kind of brutal.
I think I did use a B-wing list against him, and I think it was MOV of 1.
Yeah, I mean, for me, I get really nervy if I have a bid even close to 10.
Oh, 5's my top. I get worried about 3, just because you realize that could be another ship, that could be a hull upgrade, that could be upgrading a pilot, that could be.
Yeah. I mean, there are some ships where it works where you're like, I've got the bid, it's absolutely fine because they're going to be fine. But I think as well, if you're flying just 2 ships, normally for me, those 2 ships, one of them is going to be at least medium or large, or both of them large.
Yeah.
So.
Ooh. 2 crits going into Han.
2 crits going into Han. Nice.
That is good flying.
So it is a bit tricky to see those there.
Tricky. I think it's impossible.
I do remember this, and I remember that one of them was loose stabilizer.
Oh,
which is like really good.
Fluff the edge or die.
Yeah. The thing is, it's leaving me looking at it going, so it's got loose stabilizer. The 1 straight will fit. It depends on if he decides to fix it for his action.
I think if he does the 1 straight and it doesn't have a 1 hard, but I think it has a 1 bank.
Yeah, but I mean, if you do anything but a straight maneuver, you take a damage, and he's on 1 damage.
1 health.
What would have been the combination that would have been absolutely hilarious right there? Would have been a loose stabilizer and a disabled power regulator. Oh no, because it's only 1 ion.
Yeah,
that's a shame.
Doesn't completely ionize you.
Yeah, you can't ion walk him off the board. But
no, unfortunately.
So now it leaves me with the choice of: do I still, depending on the action Quinn does, as to what I have to do? Do I have to waste a shot on Han?
That's interesting, actually. I think Han. It doesn't matter what is happening. Han's getting another shot, and that could be. I'm guessing that's probably Graz dead.
Yeah, I mean, Graz has got 2 health left, so he's not in a great position.
I mean, what I have a slight feeling what he might do is just do the 1 forward, rotate his arc and shoot, and then fly off the board. Because unless Han suddenly gets the Force and becomes a Jedi, not going to live much longer.
Yeah. But I mean, it looks like Graz is going to take at least 1, potentially 2 shots.
Ooh, and the droid makes it.
Yeah, no bump there. That's nice.
And the double calculate.
It is quite nice getting like 2 of anything, especially with calculate where it can only actually affect 1 eye.
I think it's better on 1 agility ships because you can have 1 for defense and 1 for offense.
Yeah.
I think that's why Kraken is so expensive on the Separatists, just because you can have 2 calculates for 3 of your ships for every turn.
Yeah, Kraken's what, 11 points?
11 points.
Which is just over half of a Trade Federation droid.
It is, it's over half.
Because they're what, 21 points?
They're 20 points, 21 with the grappling struts, and if you don't put the grappling struts on, you're a bit silly because that's sort of their gimmick.
All depends. I mean, I've not flown them very often, but I haven't actually put the grappling struts on them.
Really?
Yeah, I went with other stuff instead. But I'm still getting used to Separatists. I've flown them twice, so
that is a good spot to be for you two, for your 2 ships. I mean, Dengar's still got a range 1, so he could get rid of Graz before.
Well, Han gets to shoot first. He's got the rear. I mean, it is a good place to be to shoot them, but yeah, it makes it tough.
1 damage. And you got the evade.
Nice.
And can he?
But
He's gonna remove the focus. Yeah.
hot shotgunner. Oh, so annoying. Hot shotgunner on an I6. It's good. It is good.
It is very, very good.
And I don't think it's scaled by initiative either.
It's always the same price. It's always 7. No, it's always 6 or 7.
I'm just gonna have a quick look. So it's always 7.
And Graz takes another damage. Oh, it's a crit. That looks like damage.
That's
Power regulator.
damage power regulator. Yeah, that's damage power regulator. So there's an ionization for Graz.
Who doesn't like to be ioned?
To be honest, that's not bad actually. Like keeping them there.
It's just a bump straight into Dengar.
The thing is though, Quinn did repair that loose stabilizer on Harm. So it means that I can't just focus both my shots in on to
Dengar.
Dengar. I have to. Ooh. Again, still learning the controls.
Mark to ship. Supposed to hit the R. Ooh, range 2.
This is one thing I do like about TTS, which it does have an advantage over playing in real life. But I mean, don't get me wrong.
Real life is better.
Real life is better. But one thing I find with TTS is when you're moving the ships.
Oh, he's dead. Yeah, hand's finally gone.
That's hard and gone. Yeah, so when you're moving the ships, you don't have to do that whole train tracking to get the positioning right when it bumps. So that's good.
That's true. It just does it for you.
Yeah, and also when you're checking arcs, like it just does it. So you don't have to like try and line it up or like just see, oh, it's so close to 3, it's so close to 2, I can't quite work out. It's a computer, it just goes, it's this. So that is an advantage.
Yeah. I mean, you do get some sticky situations where it looks so 2 that it's actually 3, and you're like, well, I don't trust a computer in this situation. But you sort of, I think, just rules are just speak to the other player if you really think it's wrong, and they can make a decision. Ooh, 2 crits.
Ooh, 2 crits. That's good.
He has shields.
Yeah, but that's 1 shield off.
He has a focus, is he not? Oh, he's taking it so he can do his other attack. Oh, he just spent his focus.
He did spend it.
Yeah. Is he going to do his bonus attack?
Can't.
Oh, does it have to be front arc or does it have to do damage?
Sync laser cannons.
Oh, does that
so Dengar, I think, needs to take damage more. So sync laser cannons is range 2. So, being a range 1 shot, he doesn't get a chance to use the sync laser cannons there on a miss. Let me just double check Dengar. I think Dengar. After you defend, if the attacker is in your forward arc, you may spend 1 charge to perform a bonus attack. So, yeah, also not in the forward arc. I don't think there's been a single time where he's been in the forward arc.
No. I think first turn, but no one shot him.
Yeah, first turn, and no one shot at him. They took the shots onto Han. I mean, that Dengar's ability is powerful, don't get me wrong. But again, where it's in that soul arc, it can make it a little bit easier to avoid.
Yeah.
And as well, I'm pretty sure he needs to have his turret arc in the front as well for it to still trigger.
Yeah. It's got to be... what does it? Because it could be a situation where
it's half and half.
Yeah.
Yeah, so I think in those situations, but I think in most situations, it would if you're in Dengar's front arc,
His turret's in his front arc as
his
well.
turret would need to be in the front arc as well. Yay, another bump for Graz. He's doing a lot of bumps today.
I think everyone has. I think your IGs did a lot of bumps.
It's been a very bumpy game. And there's another one.
And Dengar is... Ooh. I'm probably going to bet on him doing a focus red rotate or just a rotate. Rotate. And there's the focus.
Yeah. You'd be silly not to.
Oh, definitely. It's you're being shot twice, and you want to have a better shot if you have the option. So, ooh.
So choices here: completely take out Graz, the obvious option, because he would have, with the weapons failure, he'd have 4 dice coming back at you, and you'd be at -1 agility. So it's take out Graz.
I think that's probably the best option. It's not weapons failure, it's damaged engine, but...
No, he's also got weapons failure on there as well.
Oh, did you get it again?
Yeah, he's got more crits than you can shake a stick at.
Yep, that looks about right.
So, yeah, I think you'd be silly not to... I don't know. I think I'd be tempted to spend that focus to
just
basically guarantee it.
Is he going to do it?
Oh no, he's suppressive gunnering.
Oh, he doesn't want you to roll attack dice.
No, he really doesn't.
No.
So there's a deplete, so that would only be 3 if he survives. Let's see. He does not.
Oh, shame. I was expecting some big moment after Dorite as well.
Oh, yeah.
Best way to put it, you just get them out of the deck.
Yeah.
The more there are gone, the better. And that looks like...
That's a loose stabilizer.
Yep. I think they're more than loose. They're very...
Yeah, he's gone.
Blown up.
So now it is the droid versus the bounty hunter.
Ooh, well, bounty hunter versus bounty hunter.
True.
Who's going to win this space? I don't know. It could be just a plot twist from Empire Strikes Back, and they're supposed to hunt the Millennium Falcon, but instead, let's just team up with him.
Yeah. So when you've got the Vengeful Corellium versus the Brutal Battle Droid, I do love that all the IG-88s, their little special name bits are like double for their letters. So Brutal Battle Droid, Conniving Contraption,
okay.
Aggressive Automaton, and Deadly Device.
Deadly Device.
That little bit of alliteration they put in there. Hey, and there's the first shield on...
I mean, about time.
Dengar. Yeah, about time.
I mean, we have 8 minutes left on the clock, and you're just in the lead.
Yeah, but anything could happen in 8 minutes.
And, I mean, he's got more hull than you, but, I mean, you're in a better position because you're tailing him. But he's just got to stick close so you don't get to use your synced laser cannon.
Yeah.
And he's more likely to bump because you move first.
Yeah, which is the problem. I mean, I kind of want to get out from behind him so that I can get some actions. Because actions are what would actually, I think, give you the best chance of winning right now.
There's the
disengage.
Ooh.
Going for the aggressive play there.
Well, you don't get an evade because your buddy's dead, but...
Yeah. But it's sort of now saying, right, well, if you want to attack me, you've got to then spend an action to turn.
Yeah.
Yeah, this is where it gets tense with like less than 7 minutes left.
Yeah. Ooh, what's he doing? Right, yeah. I think. He's rotating to the front.
Rotate is yeah.
Preparing for the next turn. I mean, you may as well because you're not getting shot at, and really, you don't want to waste.
Yeah, you don't want to stress yourself.
Yeah.
Oh, one thing I will say, Fen maybe wasn't flown that great at all. No offense, Quinn. Han was flown pretty well, but Dengar has been flown well in this. He's always been in that position where it's not very few things are able to get a shot at him, but also at the same time, anything that has got a shot on him, there is something else that they are preferring to shoot at. So it'd be like, oh, you've got Fen there instead. Yeah, you're going to want to go for Fen, or Han's there. You're wanting to try and take Han out. He's there on the periphery, like, yeah, that's right. You concentrate on Han. I'll just put a few shots in on you.
Yeah.
Ooh, interesting.
Ooh. You thought he was going to
go for the K.
Yeah. You sort of did the old bait and switch. Because he's still he might, I doubt it, he might have a shot on your rear, but I really doubt it.
It'd be so close.
Oh,
or not that close at all. Really obviously.
It's obstructed by a gas cloud, so
yeah, it's just obstructed. So I've got pretty much a guaranteed evade.
Yeah, but he's got an extra dice now.
Yeah.
Ooh, and
two hits. So I mean, that's not terrible.
No,
it's not terrible.
You got a good chance unless you get 3 eyes.
Perfect.
Yeah, there you go.
So gas cloud, that one. That's why I do like the gas clouds.
I mean,
you don't. You're a Seppi fan. You can't land on them.
No, you can't land on gas.
There's nothing to grip on.
Oh, I'm just floating.
It's insubstantial.
I like them when I fly Rebels because it's sort of like safety wheels, but you can use them to your advantage. You can plant yourself behind them, but you can still get an unobstructed shot, and then your shot is obstructed.
Yeah.
Yeah, I just think gas clouds are great, depending on which faction you prefer.
I think for me, I fly a lot of Empire and Republic, and I think that they tend to work quite nicely with those two factions. I mean, if you're a Separatist or you're flying, there's quite a few Scum that like them as well. So
mining guild ties, yeah.
Mining guild ties. If you've got Tobias Beckett with Boba Fett crew, that normally works quite well as well. It's quite a nice combo, actually, the Tobias Beckett and Boba Fett.
I think Tobias Beckett is one of those weird cards that doesn't. I don't know. Because it's a systems phase. And that's it. Ooh. Going for the aggressive shot.
I mean, it's an aggressor. Why not?
That's a good point. What? Oh, he's on another rock.
He's on a rock. Does he take the damage?
He does.
And the rock is just as effective as damaging Dengar as I am.
Yep.
Thing is, do I have a shot? Oh, it's so close. That is disappointing.
See, I think this droid just doesn't know how to fly.
Okay, I'm still new at this, alright?
Training. Well, I think Quinn knows where you're going, but I think this droid just doesn't know how to fly because I think he's. You told him that he's backwards. Now he realizes, am I backwards? And he just doesn't know. Yeah, I just think. I mean that single rock there, those two small rocks have been. Well, they've done their part.
I mean, they're the only ones. They're the only ones that have actually been hit by anyone. But I think the difficulty here now is that there is nothing I can do to not be in Dengar's front arc and still have a shot. And there's 1 minute left, so I kind of have to go for the aggressive play and hope that I can
survive,
do more damage than he does, and still.
I think you've got to get 5. You've got to do 5 damage to put him out. Well, you've done 2 of the 5. You need to get half points.
Yeah, so I need 3 more damage. He needs 2.
Yeah, okay.
So I'm 8. So he needs 2 for half. I need
3
for half. And half for me is 37 points. Half on
him is 30,
Dengar is 32. A strain here would be perfect. A strain would have been amazing right there, but he's now in such a good position. Range 1 with the Dengar double tap, which is going ouch.
Oh no, that is.
Oh, that's so painful. 2 of those. That's hit crit. That is hit crit.
Direct hit. That's you've got to.
I don't think I'd be disappointed. Well.
Ooh, no.
Oh, that is a fuel leak.
And it looks like he's done the half points as well. Well, he has done the half
points. So, I mean, I get a range 1 shot back. I mean, it would have been perfect if he was strained.
Oh, you're going to spend both calculates?
You kind of got to.
You spent 1 and you're spending them both. Yep. I think you have to.
So, yeah, that's hit crit.
That's a shield and a hit and a crit.
So that's the half points I wanted.
That looks like a whole breach.
That's a whole breach. So, half points each. Now it comes down to the Dengar bonus shot. He's remembered it. Good start.
It's always a good place to start.
Yeah. So.
Ooh. So he's got to get all of these. He's got to get
all of these.
You've got to get nothing.
And hit crit. I've got the fuel leak.
Oh no.
That's not the roll you want.
No.
I mean, it was a valiant effort, but he's now definitely IG-88F'd.
Yeah,
so,
that is a.
I mean, that's how you end a match, though. If you ask me.
I mean, he's got one
final round of shooting.
Well, this is. Yeah, he's gone.
Yeah, he's gone.
He's definitely gone.
Fair play. Quinn flew Dengar very well there.
Yeah, very well.
So you can't really complain about that at all. Like I very much enjoyed that. I mean, Quinn was obviously teaching me TTS, and he was also teaching me how X-Wing works as well, by the look of it. But yeah, I enjoyed that. So very well played there, Quinn.
That was a very, very well done game from Quinn's side.
Would that be the result you were expecting from there, do you reckon?
I mean,
a lot closer than a lot of games.
I think. I don't know. When I looked at the list and saw Quinn was flying all I6s, I thought, well, that could be interesting, but you don't really see those I6s play. The only one you see is Fen. You don't see Han and Dengar often.
Yeah.
And I thought the IGs, I know they're scary. Raz I've never heard of, so I thought you've done something with that. And
again, for me, he was an I4, and I had some points. You know what? I do quite like the Kiraz. It's quite a nice chassis on there, and I mean, I prefer Taliban Cobra, but he's not I4, so he didn't fit with my theme at the time. So, and I felt outmaneuver and his ability would normally work well. Unfortunately, I didn't quite get him into the positions enough to get that. So maybe if I'd have started him down at the bottom of the board and worked him in round, it might have been better for me. But
yeah,
again, you live and you learn, and we're here to have fun. So,
oh, definitely.
Great game there, Quinn. Really enjoyed that. So thank you very much. And thank you very much, Fergus, for joining us to go through this game with me.
Yeah, thank you for having me. That's been one of the closest games I've seen coming to the very last attack.
Yeah, absolutely. Well, hopefully now that we are up and running on TTS, we'll get you onto the channel occasionally.
Fingers crossed.
As a player rather than just as a commentator. But what I'm going to do, guys, is I'm going to leave it there with the video. So thank you very much for watching. As always, please do like the video, subscribe to the channel, and hit that notification bell to know when the next video is coming up. If you have any suggestions for lists that you do want to see, please drop them in the comments below, and we'll do our best to see if we can actually get them on the table. But I will leave you there, guys. So thank you very much, and we will see you soon.